Good morning. It's 11 a.m. on the East Coast of Florida. This is not my normal content. This is a huge, very, very important PSA alert, alert, alert. I will do my news content afterward. This is for everybody. I don't care who you are or who you voted for. And this is about a potential scam that is happening with our Social Security numbers. And it just happened to me, and I'm hearing about it happening to others. So I got in the mail one of those typical, it's about this size, that type official Social Security envelope, and I got it yesterday. It was dated February 3rd, and yesterday was the 13th. Today is Happy Valentine's Day, and in it, it had all the barcodes. It is official. It is from Social Security, and it said at the very top, on February 3rd, 2025, you successfully logged in to your new online account, and then it gave the information on how that works and the linking and the steps that you do. Right away, I got hairs in the back of my neck because I haven't logged into anything on Social Security, much less making some kind of online account. And I certainly wasn't on there on February 3rd or even probably in the last many, many months. And immediately, my thought processes was, okay, I hope this is not connected to any of the stuff with Elon Musk's, band of merry teenage hackers that have now exposed all of our Social Security information, even personal data that includes health information, banking information, you name it. And it exposes it to people who want to do bad things with it. 10 years ago, I was involved in that Target data breach. It was a huge one. There are many data breaches. They're terrible. And this was, I think, around Thanksgiving, about 10 years ago. And we were notified that potentially many people's private information, because of using their bank cards, or I can't remember if it was credit card or debit cards. And so I didn't think anything had happened. I didn't see any bad activity on my bank account at that time. But that, year, then after the holidays, when I tried to file for that year, I always used to file late because of one last thing that always came in late that was an important, filing. And so when my accountant tried to file my taxes, immediately the government went, oh no, you've already filed and gotten your return. I wasn't getting a return. I hadn't filed. And it turns out that in that data breach, they had gotten my Social Security number and other information, and they sell it, is what they do. And it's typically foreign country, all kinds of stuff. And these people try to set up accounts, and they try to pretend that they're you and get a return, try to claim a return before you file. And they also try to get, loans, different kind of things that they will do with that information. So anyway, it was a big to-do. It was terrible. It was awful to go through. I had to go through all of the steps. It was a big deal. It was really traumatic. I then had to have a PIN number the following year to file my taxes. With that private PIN number, oh no, they still managed to do the same thing to some new person that they sold it to. And I remember saying to them at the time, how did they do this again? I have the PIN information. Nobody else has it. How are they able to get that? And they admitted that if somebody said, oh, I lost my PIN number, how can you give me another one? I said, well, how would they do that? And they said, well, they have to give, your private information. And I said, but they have that private information. That's the problem, because they hacked into it. They have it. This doesn't seem like a good safeguard. And they didn't really have a good answer for that. They just did the same thing as the year before, gave me a new PIN. And then the following year, so for the third year in a row, it was attempted again, but this time they caught it ahead of time and apparently caught some of the people. I don't know. So anyway, that was 10 years ago. Now, so that's why I was more alert than maybe most people would be. And I'm going to tell you, nothing about this was anything that anybody would really pay attention to. A lot of people would just kind of put it away. We get stuff like that from Social Security. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just put that away, and I don't know what it is. It didn't have big red alert. There was nothing. It looked very innocent, kind of. A lot of elderly people would probably be confused by it and be like, oh, okay, I guess I did that. I knew I hadn't done it, and I knew something was wrong. And at the very bottom of this letter that I got on February 3rd, it said, if you did not make this new online account with Social Security, call us immediately, and gave the phone numbers. So I called immediately today, and boy, oh boy, it's not good. It's bad, folks. And so I had to give all my, identifying information, blah, blah, blah. And then she went, oh, okay, so you want to close this online account? And I was like, do I didn't set it up. She said, yeah, somebody set it up pretending to be you with your information and with your social security number, and they set up these online accounts, and then they link to your bank account that is linked to your social security, because that's how you get your social security checks or whatever kind of checks that are through social security. I don't know if it also includes any type of, disability. I don't know, because I'm not on that. But she said anything that you get paid like that, they're trying to get it. And I'm like, what? And she said, yeah, it's not good. And so anyway, she was able to go in and look at the connection with my bank account. She said at this exact moment in time, today, they were not successful in getting anything right this minute from your account. But she said, and we're closing it right now, so it's closed. You do not any longer have an online account. But that doesn't mean that there might be something hinky in the next few weeks. So she said, let your bank know, keep an eye out for any deposits that are supposed to be deposited, like an automatic one. And also she said, if you don't get your Social Security check this month, immediately contact us, contact them. What? Are you kidding me? And how high key sus that this happened February 3rd, right when all of these, hackers, the geniuses, have now exposed our data. And sure enough. So alert, alert, alert. I already have been telling friends and family members, and one family member already said, oh, I got one of those letters. I didn't even pay attention to it because I didn't understand it. What? So I don't know how many else are out there. Please comment. Please make this go viral. Not for me, for everybody out there. And so we can stop this and draw attention to what is going on and how vulnerable we all are, that people like this are doing this that do not have any security clearance. And remember, one of the hackers, the 19-year-old, who by the way is also in our energy department, which has our nuclear stuff, he had gotten fired from a company that he worked for because he gave very sensitive data illegally to a competitor company. Okay, yeah, no, those people shouldn't be messing around with our Social Security and our private information. So make this go viral. I'll be doing my regular news, but get it out there. And if you got one of these letters, call them immediately. And by the way, this now means I can never, ever, ever have an online Social Security account. It has been closed permanently. Talk to you soon.